Hey people, it's good to be with you down here on the seashore. It's just a beautiful, beautiful time. We're talking about the end of the book of John right now. We've done through the story of Mark and the build up to the crucifixion and the crucifixion itself. But we're finishing with some beautiful pictures that come out of the end of the book of John. And I guess for me, the most special thing about this thing is how it would appear that Jesus is able, willing, and loves to meet with people at the point of where they're at. We said the other day, we spoke about the two disciples who had left Jerusalem in a huff and nothing had turned out as they wanted to until they met Jesus on the road, and Jesus left everything that was going on to meet with two grumpy disciples. And then we see how Jesus met individually with Thomas and met him at the point of his doubting need. And now we see a beautiful picture in John chapter 21 of Jesus meeting with Peter. After the crucifixion, just before the crucifixion, Jesus had been denied by Peter 3 times. Peter went off and he wept, he was repentant, he knew what he had done. And then on that beautiful day when Jesus met with the disciples on the seashore, he invited Peter to breakfast. And while they're sitting around the fire, cooking fish, Jesus asks the big question. He says, "So Peter, do you love me?" And Peter knew what Jesus was saying, and he said, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." And Jesus said, "No, you're not answering my question because you're not referring to the right type of love." You see, Jesus was asking about a type of love that is non-conditional, where it is all-encompassing. And Peter was saying, "Lord, you know I love you, but I can't love you at that kind of a level." At least the guy was being honest. 3 times Jesus answered the same question, asked the same question, and Peter answered basically the same way. Don't you just love it? You know, if that was me and somebody had denied me 3 times in my time of need when I needed you the most, and you weren't there for me, I would have been very unhappy with you and let you roll around in your guilt and your shame that you had jacked out of me at the time when I needed you the most. Jesus never did that. He simply asked the question, "Do you love me?" And Peter gave him an honest answer. As much as that was all beautiful and wonderful and dramatic, I just love the fact that Jesus met Peter where he was, all by himself, face to face, eyeball to eyeball, to have this conversation with him. But what is even more appropriate is not only did this conversation go the way I've just told you, but also Jesus, when he heard that Peter could only muster up a phileo kind of love, that's the kind of love that exists between friends, people who share common goals and ideals and dreams. And that is what Peter had been enjoying all those years with Jesus. And when he said to Jesus, "Jesus, you know I love you, but I can only love you like that." And Jesus said, "You know what, Peter? Not only have I met you at this point here at the breakfast, but I'll meet you there as well. And if phileo love is all that you can love me with, Peter, that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to meet you there. But here's the deal, Peter. You're not going to stay there. There will come a day," he said to Peter, "when you will love me more completely. You will love me unconditionally." You see, love is a crazy thing because it means different things to different people at different times and under different circumstances. But Peter did one day declare his agape love for Jesus when he himself died upon a cross for the cause of Christ. So here's the deal, people. Be honest with God in declaring your love for him. I'm always nervous of some of the songs that we sing. I love the song, "I Surrender All." And yet, I can't even surrender the 10% of my tithe, and yet I'm telling God I can surrender all. And I'm nervous about declaring that I love him more than I know I actually do. But here's what God says. I'll meet you at the point of that love. And I will encourage you. I'll walk with you. I'll journey with you. I'll cheer you on until one day when you leave this life to move to the next, you will love me as Peter did. I think for me the important thing is that we love God more today than we did yesterday, but not as much as we will tomorrow. Join in on that journey. Enjoy that journey. Don't get into guilt and shame of the fact that you don't love maybe as you wish you could, but enjoy the journey and love Him more today than you did yesterday, but not as much as you're going to love Him tomorrow. Isn't God good to us? That's awesome, man. Totally awesome. Have a great day, you people. We love you. Cheers.